Hey colleagues, how are you? This is John Herrera, President of Munitemps Municipal Staffing Solutions, coming to you from Andalusia in Spain. And as I've been here for the last 3.5 weeks, had the opportunity to visit with different local government officials, my counterparts in fiscal services, administrative services, and it's really been a great learning experience. It really was a great education. But one of the things that I want to talk about today is smart development. You know, I'm in a community here in Andalusia that is, I think most of the developments here were built in the last 40 or 50 years. But what I find very interesting is how close everything is from the various buildings in this community. And one of the things that I see is that, I think I said in the previous video, is that, you know, here you have all the residential buildings all around me. And by the way, this is where they have churros on the weekends from like 6 o'clock in the morning until 12 noon. It's like religion. Every weekend they have churros here, but they stop at 12. You can get your little coffee or milk coffee, they call it chorrito here. But that's where they make the churros, the famous churros here in Spain. But look at this. They've got a place where they sell grilled chicken, and here they have a kebab store. Right next to here is where they sell fresh fish. Of course, that looks like that store is up for sale right now, but in this little plaza that I'm in right now, I've seen where people just come out here and hang out. Right now it's siesta time. The city pretty much shuts down. Probably 80% of all the businesses out here, they shut down between the hours of 2 o'clock and 6 o'clock. But this is the plaza here that I'm in, and you can see that right now it's getting close to that hour where people are going to come out. Summertime here, so it's been over 40 degrees Celsius, which is almost 100 degrees, and so it's very, very warm, even for Spaniards who love the sun. But so this is the plaza. This is where people come to sit down, and you know, you see the beautiful breeze here, these trees, a lot of sparrows here. It's beautiful, but all these residential buildings that are all around here, you know, this is a different kind of development that I'm used to in California, where I live. In California, people who live in apartments, it's different than in New York and Boston and so forth. In California, we all want to have our own house. We have the choice. We don't like to live in these buildings here unless we have to. But really, this is pretty smart development, where you can see that, and most of these people own their homes. Very affordable. I think the market rate right now is about 70,000 euros, which is maybe 77,000 US dollars. Taxes are relatively low. The association fees here are like $30 a month. But people really enjoy the people of this part of Spain, Andalusia, really enjoy their little community. As I said, you've got the grilled chicken they have there, and then we have the kebab, La Pastora right there. That's the neighborhood store, grocery store, where really good prices. And then here you have a pharmacy. This one happens to be open about, I think it's about 12, 13 hours a day. Then just about maybe a few blocks away, there's a pharmacy that's open 24 hours a day. And they even have nurses and some medical professionals there. But I just want to show you a little bit of Spain here. And you can see here You've got another building up there that has got Spanish flag proudly flying here for the residents and citizens of this community. One of the things that I find very interesting too is that 90% or better of the vehicles here are very, very small vehicles, and then you have little scooters, mopeds, Vespas like those. You don't see big cars here in Spain, in Europe, or for that matter. There's a very good transportation system here that passes by every 10 or 15 minutes. Really easy to get around town, and you can see again all the small little cars. You know, we Americans, we love our big cars, but not here. Here they love their mopeds, their little Vespa scooters, and like I said, just a bunch of little cars. They have what is it? Opel. These are some of the brands here. Opel, Peugeot. There's Renault. There's BMW, and different small vehicle brands here. But yeah, it's a very safe community. I could be out here at 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and there's families out and about. There are bars everywhere. El Bar de Carlos, El Bar Los Claveles, El Bar de whatever. Everybody has a bar. Here's another fruit store right here where you can go and get your fruit. There's a bread store just down there. I'll show you the view over here. But yeah, I mean, this is living here in the communities in Andalusia, and so just wanted to share it with you, colleagues on LinkedIn. By the way, they don't say LinkedIn here. They say LinkedIn. LinkedIn. They don't say LinkedIn. They say LinkedIn. For those of you that are on LinkedIn or LinkedIn, I only get 10 minutes, but come to the YouTube channel or Munitemps, the podcast, and I'll go into a little bit longer trip here and show you one of the communities that I'm visiting, some family here in Spain. I just find it really, really interesting. You don't really see too much crime here. I mean, there is some graffiti and there's a lot of smoking. These Spaniards really love to smoke. But it is what it is. No matter what they put on the boxes of how dangerous it is, they love their cigarettes. There's the green cross. It tells you there's a pharmacy here. The trash cans, they don't have enclosures here for the trash can, but they have fairly decent trash cans here. So, and then, as I said, there's actually a lot of churches here, a couple little parks, but you can see the view here, the parks, tot lots for the kids. Really, these folks have everything within a 3-minute walk. So for those of you on LinkedIn, or LinkedIn as they say here in Spain, thank you for joining with me. And those of you that are involved in land use planning, community development, so forth, consider the value of this product. I like what the mayor of the city of National City, some 10 or 15 years ago, I was at a presentation he gave for the California League of Cities. He talked about smart development. He talked about the new product, residential housing product. And so this is one product that he was describing, National City, to deal with the housing crisis and homelessness. So anyways, all for now. John Herrera, president of Munitemps and City Speak the podcast, with the 10-minute version for LinkedIn. But those of you staying with me, stick around for a few seconds. Okay, thank you for those who came back or stayed with me for the longer version on YouTube. I'll keep giving you a little tour here of this little community in Andalusia. And as I said, it's, man, I gotta tell you, these people really live. You know, we can criticize all you want. Criticize, you know, there was a gentleman who was at one, there was a public pool that I was at about a week ago, and he said, criticism is free, therefore that's why anybody can do it. But anyway, I find it interesting that we can criticize different communities from different states, different countries even. Here's another bar. There's a bar on almost every corner. Bar La Oficina, the office. People like to just come out here and hang out, and it's still kind of warm right now, so people are still in their house, but give it another half hour, they'll all be coming out. You see the small little cars all around here. A lot of scooters here. People like the scooters. But yeah, I'm just loving it here, man. I mean, I come out here for like 3 or 4 weeks and get to enjoy a change of pace from the fast pace in America. But that's what a vacation is, right? They don't call it vacation here, they call it holiday. Oh, here's another bar right here. It's called Bar El Refugio, the refuge. It's typical to buy beer here. Every day people have their beer and tapas. The beer is called Cruz Campo, and it's about 4% alcohol by volume. Look at this here. This is the bread store where they sell sweet bread and freshly baked bread. Here's another grocery store. Then there's a kind of a, you know, like a 99-cent store here as well. Really interesting. They sell mattresses and things like that. But yeah, it's there's a female clothing store. Most of the buildings have security entrances. A lot of them have security bars at the top. Here's a barber shop. It's funny. I had an appointment on Monday last week to cut my hair here, but it was so funny because I had an 11 o'clock in the morning appointment, and the guy didn't show up because he decided he's going to take the day off. That's kind of more relaxed way here, right? Here's a podiatrist, I guess it's called, foot store, foot doctor. There's a bank here. But there's the main boulevard right there that the larger cities. But like I said, everything is so close around here. It's not like in the United States where we got to travel for, I don't know, half an hour, 45 minutes to go shopping. Anyways, just wanted to show you the way people live here. They live very comfortably in this type of housing product, as the mayor of National City called it when he was addressing. By the way, he's a really good speaker. I think his name was, oh gosh, I can't remember the mayor's name. It's not the current mayor that's there in National City. It's a different gentleman. Very eloquent, very good speaker, and talking about how to deal with homelessness, how to improve the amount of housing without adding to the footprint. Obviously, land is a very scarce commodity in a lot of high residential housing cost areas. San Diego, San Francisco, many areas. But yeah, this housing, residential housing product that the mayor of National City was talking about some 10 or 15 years ago, this is exactly it. I mean, there's a place where you can, kids can go and play soccer and sports. A lot of parks out here. So this is a wine. They call it a bodega. Very good medical care here for people. Like I said, it's a shame that they smoke so much, because they would even be more healthy than they are as a people here. A lot of folks, they love their dogs. They love to walk their dogs. But here's a very popular Osborne bodega. They make very good wines, and but this is a community of lots and lots of it seems like apartment living, but really it's just a different way of living, and you get used to it. And housing is more affordable, and it's more plentiful because of it. So I just wanted to show you a little bit of what it's like being here in Spain, Andalusia. Look how beautiful there. Couple 100-year-old wine, Osborne winery. There's a couple of bulls right there. Very symbolic of Spain. The traffic is rather light here. About as bad as it gets. But it is the main road. But yeah, I can walk to the main shopping center in about 15 minutes. It's just everything is so close. And I think that's what smart development is all about. I showed you communities where the pharmacy is just across the, just 2-minute walk to the pharmacy for the one that's open 13 hours a day. Then the pharmacy that's open 24 hours a day, that might be a 5-minute walk or a 7-minute walk. You have grocery stores, fresh fruits, fresh bread. There's this community here in Spain is right on the port city, so there's fishermen that come in with all sorts of seafood, fish and shellfish and so forth. And there are folks that come and they sell it here, and they sell it in the communities to the people. So there's no regulated, the what do you call it? The county health department that comes out. These people know who the fishermen are. These folks go out, they catch the fish, and the fresh fish gets sold the same day and then successive couple of days. The fresh catch is shared with, sold in the community, sold in the bars. By the way, every restaurant here is called a bar. Here's a bar called The Breeze, right? La Brisa. And, check it out. They actually got an auto mall here. There's Toyota, Peugeot, Renault. That's their mini little auto mall. Sure brings in tax revenue to the local government. You've got a lot of public schools, private schools. Here's a training center for the firefighters. As I said, there's a Toyota dealer. Nice cars. Most of the cars here that are sold are stick shift, so you have to drive manual transmissions. But let me keep going, see what we find here. By the way, when you have a crosswalk, all the cars have to stop. They're very respectful of the, see, this is a crosswalk right here. All the cars know that they got to stop for the pedestrians. There's a bike lane here, as well as a walkway lane. There's the Renault dealer. And to my left here is the firefighter training center, where they hold exercises every week. What else can I point out? Just a really neat, slower pace area here where Spaniards know how to live. You know, Spaniards have a saying about us Americans. They say, "You Americans, you live to work." But we Spaniards, we work to live. How true is that? Well, you be the judge of that. Certainly I've been working for over 46 years, since I was just 12 years old. Yeah, I love to work. But that's because I happen to have a job that I love to do. It's not even a job. I get paid very well for doing consulting services to local governments, municipalities, and working as a municipal finance consultant, finance director. I love doing that. So it's a job, but really it's more of a calling that I have. So if you have a job that you don't like to do, well, I can see why it's going to be a drudgery. So maybe the one who made that saying about "you Americans live to work," maybe they're not thinking about the fact that there's a lot of employment that we engage in that we love to do. So really, it's not a drudgery. I've done many videos on the City Speak blog and podcast that talks about finding a job that you love to do and you never work a day in your life. Another big grocery store. But the main shopping mall where people go for a greater variety of products and services actually is here. Wow, they even got McDonald's here. You got McDonald's, Burger King. You can see the Burger King there. There it is. McDonald's on this side. Let's see if these cars will stop for me, because I'm coming up on the crosswalk. Okay. Yeah, stop for me. If I get hit, you'll know it. And so here's a discount gas station. Of course, here they don't charge by the gallon, so don't get excited. It's not $1.49.9 for a gallon. It's for a litro, which is, I guess, about a fourth of a gallon. Some fuel is actually more expensive here than in the United States. Boy, it's really strong. Check it out. Toys R Us. They've been closing all over in the United States, but here in Spain, it's thriving. People love the Toys R Us. And then you got McDonald's, right? I remember the first time I came to Spain 20-something years ago, I really felt out of place. I really felt far away from home. That's not a plug for McDonald's, but what made me feel at home was McDonald's. You can go anywhere in the world and find a McDonald's. The difference is that in these McDonald's, you get a beer with your burger. You don't get that in the McDonald's in the US. So I'm going to be going into the shopping mall here. It's actually very nice and air conditioned. Not quite 40 degrees right now in outside. It's about 37, 38 degrees. There's all the stores here. They have a little game stop here. And what do we have here? There's McDonald's. There's a second floor and a first floor. They have all kinds of things for kids. And this is where I love to get my aqua loop. The best place for prescription glasses and sunglasses. All kinds of candies. They call them chuches here. Chuches means candy, junk food. But this is Toys R Us. Isn't that cool, huh? Something looks like a Starbucks. Looks like, but not a Starbucks. Got a dental clinic in here. Anyways, people can always get a coffee and a pastry here anytime they want. And just very family oriented. These malls, they're not dying. Not like in the US. People love to come out and hang out. More and more I'm starting to see Spaniards who are getting into health and fitness. They're getting all buff, working out. That's a really interesting change. I'm going to walk outside the mall here. There's another bar right here. As I said, all restaurants here are called bars. But you saw how quickly it took me about 15 minutes to get to. This is another bar right here. You sit down, give you a beer, some tapas. There's a whole nother residential community out here. And as you can see, everything is close by. You know, most people here, probably 80%, live in these apartment-like homes, condominiums, I guess you can call them. It's apartment living, but it works really well for folks here. And there's really not a scarcity of housing here. You don't see homeless people here like you do in San Diego, California, or various areas of California. So anyways, I just wanted to share with you what I think is smart development. And as the mayor from the city, National City, I'm showcasing him only because I remember him describing this same type of development, you know, where they have all these, 100 unit, 200 unit, 300 unit residential complexes going up all over the place here. And that provides plenty of housing to people. I'm not advocating for it. I'm just saying that that's what they do here in Spain, in southern Spain. Actually, it's throughout Spain, because when I travel by train across Spain, there's just everybody moves to communities. Very few people living in the rurals. Very few people want to have, 5,000 foot lot, 10,000 foot lot or larger. Here in Spain, people live in communities, and the municipalities here arrange for very smart development where businesses are allowed to be set up right close to the developments, and therefore residents don't have to go far to get their food, bread, and shopping, and the haircuts, whatever services they need. Doctors are right close by, and the pharmacies are right there. There's a lot more flexibility on what services can be provided. I actually really like that development up there. It's relatively new. I think it's like 15 years, 20 years maybe old. So smart development, different type of residential housing product that I'm sure the mayor of National City, California is not the only one who's come up with it, but just something to consider. And I wanted to just share Andalusia region of southern Spain. All for now. John Herrera coming to you from City Speak blog and podcast for today. All for now. Bye-bye.